Inconsistently consistent.
But once you do the intro, we will start.
Yes, you, Rachel Rideout, do the intro.
Melanie Flynn, do the intro. I've done it the past 50 bajillion episodes. I'm putting my foot down. I am not doing the
I
intro.
forgot what our intro is. That's mostly why I keep making you do it.
It's whatever you want it is, baby.
Okay, well, you tell me what to say, and then I'll say it.
No, I'm not falling for that. Do you think I'm stupid? Just because I'm back to blonde, do you think I'm stupid again?
It's only half a joke because I still can't remember what our intro is.
Well, it's obvious you don't listen to our episodes.
It's like half a trap and half like, oh my god, what the hell do we say to start
Yeah,
this thing?
because you haven't done it in so long, and we were supposed to alternate, and somehow it ended up in me doing all the intros.
Yeah, because I've just been on this thing of like, I'm gonna make Rachel do them all as like my thing that I'm gonna do, right? And then what happened was I forgot what the intro was because in making you do them all, I forgot to listen to what you said.
You just kind of introduce with some sort of greeting, and then you give
With some sort of greeting.
yes, and then you give the name of the podcast.
Okay, so greeting, podcast name, what else?
You say who you are,
Okay, identify yourself.
and then I say
Put
who
your
I
hands up. Reach for weapons. I got it.
yeah.
Okay. That sound good? I'm like half out of the bag right now.
You got migraine brain?
Migraine brain, yes.
Okay.
And like we haven't recorded in a while.
We have not recorded in a while now.
And I forgot how.
How do I podcast?
I forgot how to human. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Inconsistently Consistent podcast. I'm Melanie and I forgot how to human.
I'm Rachel, and I am back to blonde, so I guess that makes me a villain now.
Or makes you a Targaryen.
I'm a Targaryen now. Oh, speaking of that, so she got me as light as she could when I was there Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going back the end of October, and she's going to turn me into platinum, so I will be a Targaryen.
Nice.
Yeah. So my name will be Rachel, first of her name, Queen of Wells in the Seven Kingdoms, Breaker of Chains,
Host
therapist,
of podcasts.
host of podcasts, payroll news anchor,
Crusher of men.
crusher of men, outspoken speaker to strangers.
Extrovert extraordinaire.
Yes, thank you, extrovert extraordinaire. And cat mom. Oh, sorry, mother of felines. There we go.
Yes, mother of felines.
Mother of felines.
Now repeat that
Oh, Jesus
for
Christ.
your business card.
Yeah, oh my God. I'm going to have to update my email signature at work to include all of that.
Yeah.
My payroll clients are going to be like, Jesus Christ, can we get a new rep? Oh, so how have you been, fellow host Melanie? Host Melanie?
I have been stressed.
Oh no.
The work has been stressful. As you can tell, I'm speaking Le French, that I
Hmm.
know le well.
You know it very well. Ha ha, baguette.
Only one of us is bilingual. Can you tell which one?
I don't know which one of us is bilingual. It's hard to tell, mon chéri.
You sound like Lumiere.
That's the point. Yes, you've mentioned you have been less stressed with the work. I guess there's lots of the criminals. I know you're not a criminal lawyer, but
Sometimes.
I mean,
Sometimes I am.
yeah,
Sometimes I'm not.
yeah.
Sometimes, most of the time, it's family law. So mostly it's like, I want my child. No, you want the child. Ah, there's a lot of that happening. There's a lot of trials happening.
Hmm. Yes.
Hmm.
So lots of love. I want it. My mind immediately goes to criminals, but I know they're not criminals. Le,
They will be if they don't pay their bills.
yes, la dysfunction familiale.
Yeah, who's the bilingual one?
It's not me, obviously.
You're gonna take that off your business card. Scratch
I,
that part out.
that's not even on my business card. No, no, it's not on my business card. It's fine.
I thought that was in the list.
Um,
Mother of felines, speakers of the languages.
Speaker of the languages, baguette.
The linguinis.
Lily.
Yes.
Yes, oui, oui, le linguini.
I was watching Crank gameplays get turned into a drag queen
Mm.
earlier today on YouTube,
Hmm.
and he was learning how to talk.
He's always
And
learning how to talk.
no, tuck.
Mm.
Tuck, Rachel.
Oh, tuck. I heard tuck,
Yeah,
and I was
as
like,
in to tuck his testicles and his weenie, Rachel.
okay, so you're
Because
gonna
you
use
said linguini, and that reminded me of weenie, which reminded me of peenie, you know?
eeny weeny
Peni,
weeny yellow polka
peni, the singular penis.
eeny weeny teeny weeny shriveled little short dick man.
Anyway, so they were very, very, he had a drag queen be his drag mom and help him make the drag transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very, very outspoken and clear about how to do the tucking, which I've watched Drag Race, so
Mm-hmm.
I know what tucking is supposed to be. I didn't know exactly what happened because I've always been like, I know there's the balls are supposed to be tucked up, but I didn't know what happened with the penis.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the dick go? I now know.
And for those who don't know, including myself, where does the dick go?
So the testicles get tucked up like little boop boop, like when they're before they drop. You know the whole thing about like, oh, your balls haven't dropped, right?
Yeah.
Like they tuck back up and they get taped there. And then the scrotum gets pulled over it. And then the dick gets pulled back and taped to the taint to
Oh.
make a flat surface. And all of that is duct taped the shit out of. And then they wear special tucking panties, which I don't know what that's supposed to do, but I assume that holds everything like really tight
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that your tape doesn't go falling off. And Ethan had trouble because he taped his butt cheeks together. Yes, and you couldn't see anything because it's for YouTube. But he was walking out, and this weird like crouch and like waddling back and forth, and
Okay.
his girlfriend kept going in and trying to help him with the taping. And and you could just, like, the camera was outside the door on the drag queen's face, and she's laughing, and you hear inside the door where Ethan and his girlfriend Mika are trying to get the tape done, and she's telling him to pull his butt cheeks apart, and he's like, "I am," and she's like, "Ethan, your hands aren't even on your butt." Right? So, yeah, so he taped his butt cheeks together, which is not what you're supposed to do. You're
Mhm.
supposed to tape in between the crack.
Yes.
Just in case any
Yeah.
of our listeners would like a tutorial, I am not very good at it, as you can hear, because I myself don't have testicles or a penis yet. Maybe. No.
Okay.
I may go find one, cut it off.
I
Just
think
kidding.
there's something we need to unpack there. But I don't think you wanna broadcast our therapy session. That's the word. I was gonna say live stream. We are
No.
we don't wanna
But
broadcast
anyway,
our therapy session.
yeah. It was very funny. It was a good video. You should watch it. It reminded me of Unis Honest. I just needed Mark there.
They've been doing a lot of Unis Honest-ish style videos. So did you see the one where Ethan covered himself in glue?
Yes.
And Mark was there to cover him in glue.
Yes, this was filmed afterward. He actually talked about getting covered in glue on in this video. And the drag queen was sort of bullying him the whole video, which was kind of funny.
Of
It felt
course.
very Mark and Ethan vibes if Mark was a drag queen though.
I bet you Mark would make a beautiful drag queen
I think he would.
because he's got that. He doesn't really need to shave. That's the word you're looking for. And like his hair is kind of long already, so he could totally get away with not wearing a wig.
Mm,
It would just look so beautiful.
no, apparently you have to shave everything down there because you have to tape everything.
As somebody who, this is going to be TMI, so I apologize. As somebody who gets down there waxed, I can
Hmm.
understand why.
Yeah.
Because it would be if you didn't shave and you ripped it off after, you would basically be giving yourself
Hmm.
a million.
Yeah, they talked about testicular tearing.
Oh,
Yeah, because apparently if you don't shave your balls and then you taped them and then you pulled the tape off afterward, you could tear it.
I believe that the testicle skin is very fragile. When we do our sexy time episode, I have a story about how easily testicular skin can be torn. So,
Oh.
yes. So when we do our sexy time episode, which will probably be around Valentine's Day, I have a story about that. It's a story of a certain
Story
someone,
of a man.
story of a man, a certain someone who we shall not speak his name. It's not dude.
He likes to milk.
Yes, yeah, he likes to
He
go out.
likes to milk because he has an udder
He likes to go out to pasture and milk.
himself now because he
Yes.
doesn't have anyone to milk his udders.
No, he has to milk himself.
Hmm.
But yeah, that will be on our sexy time. I will tell more details about that. But this is not a sexy time episode because this is the start of a very special season.
Yeah,
The best season,
the bestest season of them all.
the most fantabulous
Hmm.
season. It is spooky season.
I did not expect
Remember, I found the audio effects one of the last times we recorded, so I'm gonna be using them.
At first, I thought that was coming out of your mouth. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck is that?
That's the demon standing behind me trying to get out.
Okay.
But yes, it is spooky season. So all of our episodes leading up until whenever we feel like it are going to be spooky themed.
Yeah, basically, until they get Christmassy themed, they're
Yes.
gonna be spooky themed.
So probably until like end of November.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I personally, I don't know about you, but I am not a huge Christmas fan myself.
Uh, eh, you
You
know,
are no.
kind of, but like, I can only take so much of the like. I don't like Christmas music.
Hmm.
Like I really like Christmas time because it was always like time off of the school and you
Hmm.
come home from university and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I really like the Christmas and the Christmas trees and like presents and all of that type of stuff. But like I don't like Christmas music or a lot of the Christmas movies.
Hmm.
So I'm conflicted.
Hmm.
So I'm like I like Christmas more internally
Hmm.
myself.
Hmm.
But when people want to celebrate it with me, I'm like, no, it's not togetherness.
Hmm. I am not as much into Christmas as I am fall and Halloween.
Hmm.
So like Christmas, I'm like, okay, it's Christmas. I get the Christmas music. There's only so many times you can listen to "All I Want for Christmas" by Mariah Carey before you want to gouge your eyes out.
Mm.
And as somebody who used to work in like fast food that wasn't really closed around Christmas, and especially when I worked in the cafe that I worked at, all Christmas music starting like end of November, and by December 24th, I wanted to throw the radio out because I was sick and tired of
Yeah.
Christmas music. So I have friends who are big into Christmas. That's not me. Like, I enjoy the holidays. I enjoy spending time with family when I get to spend time with family. Unfortunately, I can't take time off during Christmas because I work in payroll and we have to do all the fun tax form shit.
Hmm.
So I don't get any, I only get like the actual Christmas Day, Boxing Day type thing and New Year's Day off. And that's it. I have to work all through Christmas. It's not fun. But yeah, so this is my favorite. This is my time. Also, this is my birthday season, so that kind of I'm a little biased because it's my birthday season. My birthday
Hmm.
is in a month, so you know
Yeah.
that's kind of that's me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a conflicting relationship with the spooky season like I do with Christmas because it's like a lot of the Christmas stuff, like I have like a really strong opinion about, and it goes either way.
Mhm.
It's like either I love it or I hate it.
Mhm.
But like the spooky season stuff, I'm just all for.
I am literally that person. Like, so I went into Michael's 2 weeks ago, I think, or a week ago, or whatever, and they have a whole spooky season section, and I wanted to buy every single thing that they had. But my wallet said, "Girl, you can buy one thing." I didn't buy anything, but I wanted to buy all of the things. And I walked in and I looked at Cassie because we went on our lunch break. I was like, "Why did you take me here? Because I want to buy the whole store now." So I have a problem with that stuff.
Okay, so to start off our spooky season celebration
Hmm.
for our podcast episodes, we
Hmm.
decided to just dip our toe in just a little bit, just a tip.
Just
You took a second there to realize that.
I did. Sorry, my brain wanders lately, so I'm distracted by this handsome man I met. But anyways,
Oh, what?
Oh, this was something I was supposed to tell you that was going to make your introversion cringe to the max.
Yeah.
So before we get into our first spooky season, I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah, a story that's gonna like the listeners will be fine with, but I'll be like the hair on the back of my neck will be standing up.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, me and my friends last weekend, we went on
Mm-hmm.
a sunset wine and cheese tour with one of the sailing companies around here. There's a few of the touristy companies, sailing companies in Halifax that do these type of tours. So you go on a boat, obviously, and you
That's
spend
how
like
you sail.
that is how you sail. And
Sail.
what? Oh, sail.
Song.
I just pictured the sail cat. Sail. So there's one that's through Murphy's, and you go on the tall ship Silva. I've done that one. Me and Dude did that one night. And the other one we went was another company. I'm not going to say the name of the company just because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want this person to get harassed any more
Yeah,
than
don't say company names.
yeah. So when we went with another company, I don't care about saying the Silva, like that's like the most common one, so people can look it up and be like, oh, tall ship Silva, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So the other company we went with, it's a smaller one, and it was me and my 4 girlfriends up here that went, and we were walking up to the boat, and there's a figure standing there, and I was like, oh, he's very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
That to myself, I was like, he's very attractive. And we get on the boat, and there was only 10 of us, the smaller one. So it was me and my 5 friends, and then there was a family there, and then there was 2 sets of couples that were friends. So like 10, 11 of us. 11 is how that math works out too. So plus the 3 crew. So there was 14 of us on this boat.
Mm-hmm.
And, the crew introduced themselves. So the captain, we will call him the captain, he introduced himself, and then the other 2 crewmates introduced themselves, and we went on our way, and like, we were making conversation, and we were talking to like the other people, the crew, we were talking to the captain, and I said to one of my friends, I was like, man, like he is really attractive. I said to her, I think I'm gonna ask him for his number.
And so who was this guy? Like, was he crew or
He was the captain. He was the skipper for the evening.
he was the captain?
He was.
Was he like captain like was he American? Like
No.
Captain America? Like anything?
I mean,
Did he have a suit?
he had a
Did he have a
uniform.
shield?
He didn't have a shield, but he had like the company t-shirt, and he was wearing some shorts that were, the shorts did things.
So you're saying he wore a uniform?
Mhm.
Like Captain America.
Mhm. Sure. So he was Captain Nova Scotia. I guess. But anyways, so we got to talking, learned some things about him. We had a good chat. I chickened out at the end of the night. I didn't ask him for his number because I just did. However,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really stop thinking about him.
Okay.
So I'm ashamed to say this because you're gonna be like, Rachel, we don't do these things. But
What'd you do? Did you like hunt him down with a rifle? Like what'd you do?
I hunted him down on the internet.
That's what we do. We do those things.
So me and my 2
Cyber stalking is
yes.
things that people do.
Yes. So
Days. I'm being careful because we're being recorded.
I know. We went on a manhunt to find him because I had decided in the moment that I was going to message him and ask if he was interested in going for a drink, dinner, coffee,
Mm-hmm.
whatever floats his boat.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended. However, obviously, it didn't have a last name, so
Oh,
I
that
made a
makes things
post.
difficult.
It did make things difficult, but I made a post on a certain website. We'll call it Schmedit.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I posted it with the title Schmannections.
Oh, Rachel.
And I just made a post, and people were upvoting it and commenting on it because the internet really wanted this to happen.
You went full Hallmark movie moment.
I did, and Schmedit
Yeah, Schmidt. Mm-hmm.
found him in less than 24 hours. However, by that point, I had already found him.
Of
Before
course.
Reddit did. Schmedit, sorry, before Schmedit did.
Schmidt, yes.
Before Schmedit did. Because I went back through the company's Facebook page and looked at who liked pictures on it, and that's how I found him.
Yeah. Smart.
So, but Schmedit also found him, and somebody messaged me on Schmedit
Mm-hmm.
and said that their friend worked with him, so they sent the post to their friend who sent it to the captain.
Yeah.
And I had messaged him and asked, we were on this date. We had a really great time. Thanks for making it memorable. I think you're very attractive. Was wondering if you'd be interested in like going out for dinner, drinks, coffee, or whatever floats your boat. And I put no pun intended in the brackets. Because I'm a weirdo.
Yes.
And
And
he did write back.
uh-huh.
He has a girlfriend currently, is what.
Oh.
However, my friend was like, currently?
Currently?
Like, he has a girlfriend currently?
Yeah, because I was just like getting disappointed. I was like, oh my God. I was so invested in this story now.
The internet was invested in the story.
Yeah, like I know, but you got my hopes up and
Sorry. I gotta.
like robot Melanie. I was
Yes.
like no emotions, and I'm trying to not be emotional, but
Well,
like,
this was a big thing for me too because I hadn't had stirrings. We'll use stirrings. Or
stirrings in your loins, Rachel.
I haven't really had an interest in like any male presenting people
Genitalia.
since I first met the milkman, and that's
Mm-hmm.
been 8 years ago.
And then the captain came along.
And then I met him, and so
We don't even need a nickname.
the captain, the one, because I'm not telling you his first name till we're done recording.
Yeah.
The
captain.
Captain. So, but Victoria was the one
I
who was.
wonder if he likes to be called the captain.
So Victoria was focusing on that, and she goes, "You know what's gonna happen?" She's like, "If they break up, he's gonna remember this because it was flattering, and who knows what the future's gonna hold." And I'm like, "Okay, we need to like." I know you've been listening to a lot of smut Victorias, and yes, I'm calling you out for all the smut books you listen to, but you need to chill.
Okay, Victoria and I are on the same page because I'm like, who's the captain now, right? Like, who's with the captain now?
Don't make me spit my coffee on my computer.
I bet he was like all about boat puns. Okay? I bet he's all about those boat puns.
Probably. Have you
I bet that's what did it.
Have you seen 365 Days, just out of curiosity?
No, you asked me that before.
Okay, so there's a scene on
Rachel, it's like you never listen to me.
I do listen, but I wasn't sure if you got curious. But
I still haven't watched it.
There's a scene on a boat in the first one, and the main characters, like the main girl, is just getting railed by the main guy.
Is he the captain?
Well, they're on a boat. He's not the captain, but they're on a boat. And Victoria goes, "You just want to get railed on a boat like in 365 days."
Maybe I should watch this movie. It's on Netflix, isn't it?
It is. There's 3 of them. The second one is bad. It's just a glorified music video. The third one is okay.
Wait, there's 3 of them?
There's 3 of them.
The fuck?
But if you do watch it, when you get to the boat scene, you will understand what she means when she said, "Rachel, you just want to get railed by this guy on a boat." And part of me was sitting there and I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like, what kind of boat are we talking?
It was a nice little like electric sailboat. It wasn't a catamaran. It was one of the smaller ones below a catamaran.
So you're saying he doesn't have a very big boat, Rachel?
He doesn't have a very big boat, but he knows how to move the boat.
He knows what he's doing with the boat.
He knows how to maneuver the waves, you know.
He knows how to drive that boat,
He knows the motion of the ocean, you know. Oh, I'm getting hot in here.
He's got some maneuvers.
Ew, he got maneuvers. He got moves for days. I'm getting warm now. Jesus Christ. Whew, we should probably get started with the spooky stuff. Whew, I need to take a cold shower. Oh, I'm unhinged again. I gotta stop. We gotta get into these spooky things. We've been recording for almost an hour. We haven't done anything podcast related yet.
What are you talking about? We've been doing podcast related shit all night.
Oh boy, we should
It just hasn't been on the topic we selected.
No, we should get into the topic before I actually need to take a cold shower.
Okay.
Oh, so what are we doing?
We're doing horror stories, 2-sentence horror stories.
Yes. So there is
very short, very horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone scare the fuck out of you? 2 sentences.
The premise, from what I've seen of the 2-sentence horror stories, is you kind of have to have like an unexpected twist. That's how you get people scared. Because I've read a bunch of these in the past, and there's some that I've been like, oh.
Yes.
So
I have an example one.
Okay.
If you'd like.
Sure. What's the example one?
There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone.
I don't like that because I live alone.
Yeah, right? Do you wake up to a picture in your phone of you sleeping?
Maybe it's the captain.
And you're like, who the fuck took that? With your own phone while you slept.
Yeah, so that's kind of the premise of the 2-sentence horror stories. There's a whole thread on the website Reddit, not related to Schmedit at all.
Yeah, 2 different sites.
Yeah, it's under the r/creepypasta one. So we're going to read some, we're going to react, we're going to determine if they're scary or just dumb, and that's kind of what we want to do.
Or we can just determine, like, how it happened. Like, how logistically happened. Because, like, maybe, you know, in this one where there's a picture of your phone, a picture in your phone of you sleeping and you live alone, maybe it's just an overly helpful neighbor came in and they, like, took a picture and then closed the door and, you know, because you, like, drunkenly fell asleep. And they were like, oh my God, they'll just take a picture to make sure you're safe, and then left your phone there.
But how does the neighbor get in unless the door's unlocked?
It was unlocked, and they were like, oh my God, I need to check on you.
Okay.
And they're like, oh my God, you're safe. Now I'm going to take a picture of you because you're safe. And I want to be creepy. I'm going to do it with your own phone because I'm pranking you. Giggly, helpful, stupid neighbor. And then lock the door behind them and be like, ha ha ha, motherfucker.
That's true.
That seems like a totally normal thing that could have happened.
So that's kind of what we're going to do for this episode, dipping our toe into spooky season. And we've got some exciting things coming up for spooky season. So it's going to be It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
That's what the captain said.
I didn't have anything in my mouth at that point. Oh my god.
You were talking. How would you have something in your mouth,
I was
Rachel?
taking a drink.
How fast do you sip? You're like in the middle of saying something, and then I immediately say something, and like you put something in your mouth. That's what he said.
That's what I want the captain to say. What?
That's who he was. That I was just talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna read one.
Okay.
Um,
It was a great story. Great job, Rachel.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, the doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moments, though, when he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom limb.
I'm gonna give that like 2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Hmm.
I got no creepy. I don't know what else to say about that.
No creepy vibes.
No creepy vibes. There we go. Those are words that I could use.
Yeah, that one's okay because I have heard of amputees getting like that phantom pain, but I
I
mean,
like what it was going for,
mhm,
but it didn't creep me out.
yeah, yeah,
And also, like, if a ghost is wanting to play like footsie with you, like, go for the real foot.
yeah. Don't go for the one that's not there. Reach out and stroke the real foot, like, oh, hello.
Yeah, don't check it out.
Don't check it out, ghost. If you want to play footsie, just
Just go straight for it.
just go for it.
Ghost straight for it.
Ghost for it.
I've got one here.
Okay.
My sister says that mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister.
Oh,
Haha.
I'm gonna give that one like a 4 out of 5
Yeah.
because it's like, who is who?
Yeah.
Who's real? Who is telling the truth?
Yeah. And the fact that they say mommy and not like mother or mom or
My
something just like
mother
makes it
has
sound like
just
children.
yeah, it's not
And
like my
like
mother hath informed me that I have not a sister.
but my sisters have say that mother is lying.
Hmm.
Who doth tell thy truth?
Who doth be telling thy truth?
How doth I come to conclusion?
How doth I speak as this? I don't know what that last part
I
was.
don't know.
It was just
But the mommy thing, it sounds like a little kid, right? And kids in horror movies and stuff are the creepiest
yeah.
to me. It creeps me out.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I have one. Um, it sat on my shelf with thoughtless porcelain eyes and the prettiest pink doll dress I could find. Why did she have to be born still?
It's fucking shit. What? That 2-line thing should need to go to therapy. You need to send that to therapy.
Okay, so
To
whoever wrote,
talk to a therapist
you
right
need,
now.
yes, they need to go to see a therapist. Yes.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's
Mhm.
horrifying.
How would you rate
Five,
it?
5 out of 5.
Yeah, that one I
Five
was
out of 5 fucks were fucked with right there.
5 out of 5 fucks were fucked with.
Yeah, that's the scale.
Mhm.
It's creepy.
Yes.
Like, don't give me some creepy ass doll, but then the creepy ass doll was like a stillborn
Have a stillborn,
baby.
which is just that's a whole other level. Like I understand there's people out there who think dolls are their kids, which is a whole other thing. But
Ugh.
this just takes it to like the next level.
Okay, Rachel, did you read my book?
Not yet. I will though.
No? Okay, because, like, I literally wrote that, like, people had, like, metal rods inserted into them, okay? I had to research that shit. But
Ooh.
that is what did it for me, okay? That's
Mm,
too far. This two-line horror story is too far.
that was too far. There's 2 lines too
That
many.
that is too far, okay? You took it too far.
I'm sorry.
No, you didn't write it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I read it.
I have written some fucked up shit, but
Mm-hmm.
that was too
Yeah.
far.
You got one?
Oh, the last thing I saw my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream, but as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open.
Oh, that gave me chills.
Mhm.
That's a 5, my friend. Oh boy.
Mhm. I'm
That's
gonna
like,
give it a 4. And
mm-hmm.
here's my thing. I'm take my glasses off and clean them as I say this.
Okay.
Uh, your English and your writing needs some work.
Oh, okay. All right.
There
Miss
were no commas.
Author.
Like, the glasses thing, they're just messy. Okay, I touched them. It's not your fault on that end. But like, come on, the way it was very good, very very good. Okay, it deserves a 5. But
Mm-hmm.
reading it, it took me out of it because it wasn't like it didn't flow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you huff at me, Rachel.
I wasn't huffing, I was clearing my
I,
throat.
you are clearing your throat over there in a huffy manner. I know you.
Would you rather me clear it in an aggressive manner?
Yes.
All right, Lem, you asked for it.
You you did this, Rachel. You said spooky season started now.
I did. I
This
did.
is spooky Melanie.
It is spooky Melanie. I love it. I love spooky Melanie. Okay. So, my daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help.
This isn't the reaction you should have to that.
I'm like, why are you laughing? What's
Oh
wrong
no,
with you that you're laughing at this?
I don't know. I don't know why it struck me as really funny. I just picture I just pictured like a corpse in the grave, just like whining and like being like, "Oh, I'm having such a bad time. I can't get to sleep. Oh my god!" And someone having to come and be like, "Can you please keep it down? Come on, it's you've been doing this for like 3 weeks. Come on, I need to get some sleep." I don't know why.
Oh man.
Just having to like beg a corpse, just be quiet.
I just like
Just shut up. Come on. You're dead. Can you please just stop talking?
mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh,
There's one underneath that which is too real for me, and it is a horror story because I lived it.
oh.
Day 312, internet still not working.
That's what you're dealing with.
I lived through that. It wasn't
Yeah.
312 days, it was
No.
2.5 weeks, but it was a nightmare.
It felt like that though, for
It felt
sure.
like, and it felt like 84 years.
Yeah, you were basically Amish.
Mm. I was about to start churning butter if they didn't install it on Wednesday. I was this close to start churning my own butter.
And they just show up and you're just like, yo, here you go, I'll pay you in butter.
I will pay you in butter, good sir.
You're just like dressed in like full Amish garb.
Yep, I have like the long dress, the bonnet, and
The
everything.
the bonnet.
Hmm.
And you're speaking like an old English.
I am. I'm like, welcome to mine home. No, that's German. Nope. Would thou likest some butter?
No, I would not like some butter.
It is very good.
Ooh, I feel like I've seen this scene in a horror movie before.
Okay.
I wake up and everything feels wrong. It's too quiet outside. I look out the window and see everyone standing still, looking at my house.
Sounds like a alien movie.
Yeah,
That
and I
one didn't
feel like
really.
I've seen that scene.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like I've seen it as well. I also feel like that's something that's in. Have you seen the videos of people playing the mortuary assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like one of the cut scenes. There's like all these mannequins, and we know how Mark loves mannequins.
I haven't watched him play it.
Okay, he's done 3 videos on it because he wants to get into the basement because it's Mark,
Hmm.
and he just cannot. But I think there's a cut scene where there's like all these mannequins just standing around.
I watched Jack play it.
Mm. I've watched Jack and I watched He Passed play it as well.
I haven't watched Bass play it. I would just watch Jack. I've been obsessed with Jacksepticeye lately.
I mean, he's a good
Watching like so many of his old videos and stuff.
he's a good obsession.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm just gonna start talking in an Irish accent.
Probably. Next time we do an intro to the podcast, Melanie will just slap something and be like, "Top of the morning to you, laddies. Welcome to Inconsistent."
That might happen. Yeah, might get to that point.
We'll see what happens. We just rip off another YouTuber. Why not?
We don't rip off anything
No,
legally.
legally we don't. We don't
Of
rip
course
off.
not.
We rip off band-aids off our wounds to deal with them like adults.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
You're getting it, Rachel. You're getting it.
I try so hard, It's just
We
oh,
got so far, but in the end, it didn't really
it
matter.
didn't
It's
really
okay.
matter.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay,
I don't know if it's me or you. No, I think it's you.
it's me. Yeah. So I kiss my wife and daughter goodnight before I go to sleep. When I wake up, I'm in a padded room and the nurses tell me it was just a dream.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting. It didn't really give me like chills or spooky vibes, but
Hmm. It just made me sad.
yeah.
Because, like, how far do you have to be that you're imagine? Oh, well, okay. So, if we're going by Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness rules,
I haven't
technically,
seen it.
all
I
right,
heard it was bad, Rachel.
it wasn't bad. It was amazing.
I've heard it was bad though, which makes me not want to see it.
Well, who do you trust more? The people you heard it from, or your best friend of 30 years who has Doctor Strange and Wanda tattooed on her back?
Your best friend of 75 years. Anytime I hear a movie is bad, like a movie that I'm like looking forward to, I'm like, oh. And then like the eagerness to see it just like kind of like fizzles out and I'm like, oh. And like
Well,
and it's not like I don't have a theater to go see it in
hmm
or a way to go see it when it's like right first coming out. So I
hmm
have to wait a long time anyway before I can see it. So then by the time it's like available, I'm just kind of like, oh.
see, I like to. form my own opinions of movies, so I will watch it even if people say it's bad. People said Thor: Love and Thunder was bad. They were all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably still watch it. It kind of just like makes me a little sad and then like less excited to watch it. And then by the time that it eventually gets to a place where I can watch it, where I have access to it, then I like it's like out of my mind. It's the ADHD. It's just kind of like
It's been on
out of
Dis-
sight, out of mind. If it's not right in front of me, I forget it exists.
it's been on Disney Plus for months.
Yeah, but Disney Plus is not right in front of me, Rachel.
Well, what are
It
you
doesn't
doing
come
with
up
your
and
life?
stand right in front of me and go, "Hey,
Well,
watch
maybe
it."
it should.
It should, yes, that would be helpful.
And Thor: Love and Thunder is coming to Disney Plus this week on Thursday. So there you go.
Hmm.
But yes, I mean, I guess it's not. This isn't really a spoiler, but based on Multiverse of Madness rules, anytime you dream, it's just you're seeing another universe version of yourself.
Okay.
It's kind of what I was getting at. So maybe he does have a wife and kids in another universe, and then the one that he's in, he's just locked in a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm. That's kind of Multiverse of Madness rules, and I have decided that I accept these as real.
Uh, well, I've been having some fucked up dreams lately.
And I only say that because in one of my dreams I've had, I'm married to Sebastian Stan.
Well, my dreams, I've been working through some trauma, so I'd really not like that to be true.
That's valid. That's valid. You got one?
Yeah, I've got growing up with cats and dogs. I got used to the sound of scratching at the door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it is much more unsettling.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That one didn't give me any chills.
No, I think it's the way it's written,
Yeah.
right? Because if you think about it, like if you're used to like scratching at the door by cats and dogs and then you live alone without any animals
Hmm.
and you go to bed and you think about it, every night you go to bed and you're like asleep and you start hearing scratching at the door.
Hmm.
If you're in a house by yourself and there's no animals and you hear scratching at the door, you're going to be fucking scared.
Hmm.
That's scary.
Hmm.
But yeah, this didn't make me scared.
No, it didn't.
Write better.
Did you
See,
just
I'm
hit?
on the way to becoming Jacksepticeye. I did the slap.
Oh, you okay? So you did hit something.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Cool.
I'm halfway there.
Whoa!
Well, not really halfway. Well, yeah, living on a prayer, you know?
Living on a prayer. Yeah. Um. Okay. So I was having a pleasant dream. What sounded like hammering woke me up. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams.
Huh, creepy.
Yes.
I think with these two-line horror stories, to have them work,
Hmm.
you've got you've got a really short amount of time to make it really good,
Hmm.
right? So you've got to have like a really good concept, like a really scary scenario. Plus, you've got to write it well enough to
Hmm.
get all of it in there and not like lose the like scare factor.
Hmm.
And some of them do. And like some of them just don't evoke that like ooh, feeling, right?
Hmm.
And I want the ones that evoke the ooh,
Yes.
that's what I want.
Hmm.
But that one is close. Close but no cigar.
Hmm.
Yeah. What about this one?
I think I have one that might get you there. So I just want it's a very short one. I just want to read it.
Okay.
Misa called Jar Jar Binks. Misa humble servant.
That's a different feeling altogether. That's a
What was that?
different noise altogether.
Yeah, apparently.
Uh-huh. Let me see if I can get you with the ho-ho-hos, okay?
Okay, all right.
Okay. I woke up to hear knocking on glass. At first, I thought it was the window until I heard it come from the mirror again.
Ooh. Okay.
Did it get you with any of the creepy tingles?
A little bit, just because I've heard a lot of stuff about mirrors and that they can
Mhm.
potentially, and I know that in Zach Bagans' museum in Las Vegas, which I do want to go to
Mhm.
one day, it's on my bucket list. They have a mirror there
Yeah.
that's supposedly the Bela
The
Lugosi
Bela
mirror.
Lugosi.
Yeah, Bela Lugosi, and it's supposedly
Mhm.
haunted. So, like, I've heard some stuff about mirrors. That
Yeah,
one
and them
kind
being
of got me.
portals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. The longer I wore it, the more it grew on me. She had such pretty skin.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Apparently my reaction is to laugh.
Apparently, your reaction is to go, "Whoo."
Apparently the "ooh" is now a "ha ha ha."
Mhm.
Yeah, this is why I'm in therapy.
Yes, me too.
I don't know why it makes me laugh. I think I broke myself today.
Mhm.
I think I broke myself today. Isn't there a song that sounds like that?
Um, I don't know if there's a song, but that's kind of one of the things that I always, when I am on dating apps, which I'm not at the moment because men are, anyways. One thing I bring up is I don't want to give them because they always ask for Snapchat or like Instagram or WhatsApp, which I don't have WhatsApp, and I'm not giving out my
Hmm.
Snapchat or Instagram. And my reasoning behind that is what if it's somebody who wants to cut my face off and wear it as a mask?
Hmm. And where's their birthday party?
Exactly.
Hmm.
They wear it to a Halloween party and they're like, oh my God, that's a great mask. It looks so realistic. Thanks. It's this girl I met online. It's her face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh.
It's called Fresh Faces. It's a new line of skincare I'm in.
Hmm. It's called fresh.
Yeah, I knew I'd get you soon. You had to catch up.
Yeah, it took a moment, yeah. But yeah, that's like one thing that I don't give that out. I say like I don't give it out to people I don't know, but it's because I don't want you to cut my face off and wear it as a mask.
Hmm.
Like, no.
Yeah,
Hmm.
people are creepy.
They are. You got one for us?
I do.
Okay.
I didn't laugh at it,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's just because apparently I only laugh when you read it.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Apparently, when you say something horrifying, I laugh.
Okay, perfect. I will keep that in mind for any time something
I
else
don't know.
tragic happens in my life.
I don't know what it is. I think it's. I think it's when like someone tells you something like horrible
Hmm.
and like you don't know how to react. I
Uh-huh.
think my body is just like just laugh, like nervous laughter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that
I
makes
think that's what I'm into right now. Like I think that's just I'm that far gone this evening
sense.
that my body is just like, oh, something horrible, ha ha,
Your body's like something horrible, trauma response. Ha ha ha.
hysterically.
Yep.
Okay, I like this one.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay.
If Yeah. Okay. After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that one.
I don't know what would be worse. Maybe I think it'd probably be the grave robbing. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. The grave robbing and then the positioning. They're just like, hey, I grave robbed and then I did a B&E, but instead of taking anything, I left you a present.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that would.
Someone commented on it. Definitely that someone broke into your place.
Oh
And
man,
it was upvoted 70 times.
oh my gosh, these people.
Did you like how about like the whole thing? Or that like they placed a dead body? Two dead bodies in his house, like posed to them?
Mm-hmm.
How about that like they were like touching on the dead bodies?
And also,
Hey.
depending on how long they've been dead,
Mhm.
that's gonna smell and look disgusting.
Yeah.
It really.
And think about it, like, how fucked up do you have to be? Like, how fucking cruel do you have to be like, okay, this dude, his girlfriend and stillborn child, right? Like, so probably the girlfriend died, we can
Giving
only
birth.
assume, like, probably giving birth, right,
Mhm,
to the child.
mhm.
And then they're like, hey, you were so traumatized. We decided to take the girlfriend and the baby and then dig up their grave and stick it in your house and be like, surprise, happy birthday.
Oh yeah, just be like
We
surprise.
thought you'd really like them to be here on your birthday, so we threw you a birthday party.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
it's torture.
Yes.
But
Agree.
no, it's like, no, like breaking into your house, that's terrible.
Hmm.
The touchy on the dead body is no big deal, though.
Mm. Okay, sure.
Skipping all over that part. I'm
I'm just.
talking about the comment on it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Definitely that someone broke into your place. Okay, like all the other parts.
Hmm.
Torturing somebody with probably the worst thing that's ever happened to them.
Hmm. Um. Okay, I got one. This one's a little long for two sentences, but you know what? They did it.
Mm-hmm.
Being the first to respond to a fatal car accident is always the most traumatic thing I see as a police officer. But today, when the crushed body of the little dead child boy strapped in his car seat opened his eyes and giggled at me when I tried to peel him out of the wreckage, I immediately knew that today would be my last day on the force.
Wow.
Hmm.
When you said giggled, I started to laugh.
Oh my God, Melanie!
It's it started. I was like, like a little like breath, and
Mhm.
but it stopped because this one's not too horrifying.
Yeah.
And that is my test now. Is if I'm horrified by it, is like, is there going to be audible laughter?
Fair. That's valid. That's valid.
It's like my litmus test right now.
It is.
Like, does the paper turn like blue or whatever it was?
Hmm.
Right when you dip it in, it's like now it's just like, is there audible laughter that I can't control?
Hmm.
And you're just like, the dead child opened its eyes and giggled, and I'm like, I know, and then it's gone.
Yes.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
I can't sleep, she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up cold, clutching the dress she was buried in.
Ooh. Okay. See that? How did he get the dress? Did he crawl
She
into?
crawled into bed with him.
Okay, but like he woke up. Was she
She's
in the
dead.
but was she in the bed when he woke up? We don't know this.
No, maybe she turned to dust.
Maybe Thanos snapped and she turned to dust.
No, maybe it's like one of those like like the old vampire stories of like they would turn to dust if they got hit by sunlight.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe it's like that. Like she turned to dust in the dress, so he like wakes up with like her dress, but like a whole bed full of dirt,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Oh, now I gotta clean this up. Where's my vacuum cleaner?" I
Mm.
hate when my wife turns to dust. So
Mhm.
unfortunate. Makes sex terrible. Awfully dry.
She's like, he can never get me wet enough. I don't know what the problem is.
It's so unfortunate. I have this condition where I just like turn into dust and I can't control it. It's like every time he tries to make me aroused, I just like crumble into dust.
It's like she's a 10. Hang on, I lost my train of thought. I got it back. She's a 10, but every time we try to have sexy time, she turns into dust.
But every time I get an erection, she turns into
She
dust.
turns into dust. She gets scared by the erection.
She goes, ah, and then crumbles. And then blows away, and it's dust in the wind.
All we have is dust in the wind.
Dust in the bed. All we are is dust in the bed.
Yeah, pretty much. And everybody comes over, dude, why are your sheets so dusty?
Because she can never give him head.
I close my eyes and
Because if I see his erection, I will turn to dust.
know if I see his erection, I will die. It's got a rhyme at the end.
It wasn't accurate. Because she reforms.
She transforms. She's a phoenix. She rises from the ashes.
Oh my god. That's exactly what it was.
So he rises, she falls. She rises, he falls.
And that's how you have a balanced relationship.
Exactly.
You're gonna make such a good therapist.
Thank God I'm not going to be one for couples. Jesus Christ. Well, that's like, speaking of good therapists, um, when my cousin and her fiance were down from Alberta and we went over to my aunt's for a barbecue, I was talking to my second cousin, which is her son. And we were having like a barbecue. We were having like hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, and all this kind of stuff. And um, my second cousin was like, I don't like this and I don't like that. And I was like, you don't, he was like, I don't like mac and cheese. And I was like, how do you not? I was like, you don't like mac and cheese? Well, that makes you wrong. And then fiance goes, oh, yeah, you're going to make a great therapist. And I went, I'm not going to be treating kids, so it's okay. But it's now been decided I have a customer service voice, I have a therapist voice, and then I have a me voice.
Yeah, you just gotta know when to turn it on and off, right?
Exactly. I did that at work on Tuesday or Wednesday with one of my coworkers. So she was like, my hairdresser called me months ago and I haven't called her back. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't call her back? It's been months. She's like, she called me in March and she said, left me a message like, hey, it's so and so. Can you give me a call for a second? I have some news. And she's like, I just haven't called her back because I'm terrified. And she listed off all the things she was terrified about and turned on my therapist voice. I was like, what evidence do you have to support that any of this would happen?
Ooh.
And I was like, do you have any evidence to support? Has she ever gotten mad at you in the past? Do you have any evidence that she's ever yelled at a client before? And then my coworker looks at me and she goes, I don't like you right now. I went, guess what? You got to deal with this for the next 2.5 years, sucker.
Got her.
Gotcha.
Therapized.
You've been therapized. Right, Hexa? Yeah. Therapized. Wee, 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 wee. Okay. I don't know how many more of these we want to do, but I got a few more.
I don't know.
I mean, we spent the first half talking about season stuff. Okay. So, my family can all remember their past lives. So one day I told my son I was a girl who was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
He grinned and responded, What are the odds we'd meet again?
Oh my god, I got chills. And I didn't laugh.
I know.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
I'm shocked that I didn't laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, therapize me.
Uh,
Did you fix me?
no.
No, there's no. That's too big a list to
Listen,
fix.
I'm not qualified enough to fix you. I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody is.
I don't know if Chelsea's qualified enough to fix you either.
I don't think that there's enough therapy on the
No.
planet.
She's gonna hear this and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I'm gonna be like, "Don't ma'am me."
Chelsea's like, I'm doing my best, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Doing my best with the tools I got.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of problems. Oh, I like that one. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
That was a good one.
What do you think about past lives?
So, I I believe that I had a past life, and so when I don't think I ever told you this. I think I've told some people, but I don't remember who I've told because it was a few years ago. When I first moved to Gander, and when we started high school in grade 10, because for those of you, I know some places high school is like 9 to 12. Ours was 10 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have the craziest deja vu feelings of walking down the hallway where our lockers used to be in grade 10, like I've been there before.
Okay.
And it all felt very familiar. And I was like, yeah, I've definitely been here before. I've been to this school before, but I don't know why. It's just one of those things. And this was when I was 15. When I
Mm-hmm.
turned 16, those feelings stopped.
Okay.
So I think that in that past life where I went to that high school, I think I died at 15.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know how past lives work.
I don't know how it works, but I get the feeling that like I've heard that's kind of what deja vu is
Mm-hmm.
you've been there because it's somewhere you've been in a past life. So that's why like when I remember, like I said, I don't know who I've told this to. I know I mentioned it to some people, but I've mentioned like I remember being there and I was like, I've definitely been to this school before, even though like we've never lived in Gander. But I was like, I've definitely been to this school before because these hallways are familiar. I remember like the layout of the hallway and stuff. And like I said, the minute I turned 16, that stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to my conclusion that in that past life where I went to that high school, something happened that I died at 15.
Yeah. I mean, you could have moved away or something.
It's possible I could have moved away, but whatever happened, I was no longer at that school at 15, like when I turned 16.
Mm. Like, did you have a feeling that you died though?
I don't know. It was just a feeling of like things just stopped when I turned 16. So that's why I think I
Mm-hmm.
died.
Mm-hmm.
sounds very graphic, but it's one of those things where like I didn't feel cold or anything. It was just like any deja vu feelings, they just stopped.
Hmm.
So that's why my conclusion was like, oh, I didn't think about moving away, but my thing was like, oh, maybe I died before I turned 16.
Yeah. We should do like an episode on past lives.
We should. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, because they're really interesting to me. And
Yeah.
much like with everything, I have like the psychic and all this sensitivity of like a fucking paperweight.
Hmm.
So I have no sensitivity with any of this. And I've never had any experience of that. I guess I might have had deja vu, but not that I like remember.
Hmm.
I'm a very forgetful person anyway. But that stuff, like, it's really interesting to me, and I don't really have like an opinion on whether it exists or not because I just kind of like, never really thought about it too much.
Hmm.
But I find that stuff really interesting to hear about. And I don't know, like, does Victoria and stuff know about that stuff?
I think she probably does. So I may
Hmm.
ask her about it just because, like, I've heard about past lives and like all this kind of stuff, and I've seen a lot of Reddit posts, and I know one of the podcasts I listen to, and that's why we drink. They, one of the hosts, they did, and their segment on like past lives and
Hmm.
oh my god, rein- reincarnation, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, where like people remember things. So kind of on the same thing. So the same year that my maternal grandfather passed from cancer, that September, my cousin, the one who was down from Alberta, gave birth to a boy. And that was the first boy born into the family in 48 years.
Oh, wow.
Everybody had girls up until that point.
Yeah, which seems like not a coincidence.
No, definitely not. I think, and I know I've talked to my grandma about it, and she's kind of under the same impression that maybe it's him because they gave him his middle name.
Hmm.
So, it's first name, which I'm not going to give because it's a child. So it's like
Yeah.
first name, middle name of my grandfather. My grandfather's name was Douglas, so it's blank Douglas blank.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. He was born the day after my mom, so it had been 48 years since a male had been born into my mom's side of the family.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know.
Hmm.
Lexi's talked about it too, about like reincarnation and stuff, and I think her dad also like believes he had past lives and stuff
Hmm.
and like dreams about them
Hmm.
and is like firmly believing in them. And I really like I think it's really interesting, but I've always just been like, I don't know,
Hmm.
and never been like, I need to take a stance on that kind of thing or like really think about it. But like anytime I've seen something pop up or like someone wants to talk to me about it, I'm like, ooh, yes, I'll listen.
I don't know if I have a stance on it. It's just like that thing stuck out with me, and then the whole like first male born in 48 years has also kind of been like a thing as well. Because literally, it's all girls except for like my mom's uncle, obviously. But like my grandma had three girls, my mom had two girls, my aunts each had a girl.
Hmm.
And then my cousin had a boy. Her second child was a girl. So it's just very interesting when you think about it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to do an episode on that.
Yes, we do.
I'd be very interested
Hmm.
to, to talk about it and, well, to learn about it
Hmm.
because I don't have any experience with it, but I would like to read about it and talk about what we read. And especially if we can find someone who wants to come on and knows a little bit about it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know
Mhm.
if Victoria knows about it. I don't know if there's anything related to it with tarot card readings. I'll have to ask her
Mm.
because she's big into the tarot card readings. She hasn't done them in a while because she got COVID, but
Oh,
I will bring it up because I get tarot card readings done every year by her.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll do like a year review, and every now and then I go look back and like look at what the upcoming month, the card is for that upcoming month, and just kind of be like, oh my God, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of see.
Oh, I've got another horror story,
Okay.
which I think might be a good one for both of us, and not a good one as well, because it might creep us both out.
Hmm.
So it says, I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed fixated on my face, until one day when I realized that she was always looking just behind me.
Okay, so Hexa doesn't do that. Hexa's just crazy. Celine used to do that a lot.
Just look at shit all the time.
So there was one day before I had to put her down where she was in the
Mm-hmm.
bathroom and she was just staring up at the ceiling of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just sitting there staring. So I didn't know if it was a bug or what. So I kind of leaned in and looked, and I was like, if there's any ghost in here, if you're friendly, you're okay. If you're not friendly, get out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Celine does that. Celine used to do that. Hexa doesn't really do that. Hexa sees like phantom bugs and then like goes for zoomies around the apartment.
Hmm.
And she loses her absolute loving mind. So
Well, this one says like the cat looks fixated on the person's face.
that means there's
And
probably something behind them.
yeah, that's what it said. Until one day recently, I realized that the cat was actually looking behind them, not at the person's face.
Maybe it's like Insidious where the thing is like always behind him but not close to him.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah. What?
This one, I like it.
Okay.
It just says, put back the mirrors. We miss watching you.
Okay, I got another one, which is scary for all my single people out there who are dating. So not you or I, because we are not dating. We're not dating each
Okay.
other. We're not dating in general. We don't date each other.
What? We're not dating, Rachel? I didn't know.
I'm so, I listen, I'm
Break
sorry
it to me gently, please.
I'm sorry I had to break it to you. I met somebody.
The captain.
He was the cat.
He is your captain now.
Yeah. He's my Captain Jack Sparrow.
No, he's your Captain America, remember?
He is. He's got America's ass.
He's got Canada's ass.
Nova Scotia's ass. Oh. Um, made up from donairs and lobster. Okay, so my blind date texted that he'd finally arrived and was sorry for being 15 minutes late to pick me up. The issue was we'd already been driving for 10 minutes.
I heard that coming.
Oh, did you?
You're like, yeah, I'm like, I was already like, I don't know, like cringing. That's the word. I was like, she's already in the car. I know it. She's already in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Get out of the car. Tuck
Yeah,
and roll. Tuck and roll.
barrel roll, barrel roll.
As soon as you started to say it, right, like that they were not in the car, you're like, the issue was, I was like, oh, she's already in the car. She's already in the car.
Mm-hmm. She's in the car. Start the car. It's like that old IKEA commercial. Start the car.
Okay, so
Okay.
you start to drift off into a comfortable sleep when you hear your name being whispered. You live alone.
Mm.
Captain calling. All aboard.
Melanie. you about your car's extended warranty. This is America's ass now.
Oh, I'll pick up then.
You left this at the morgue.
Shit. They got me.
Gotcha. Okay. Another young couple came in through the door, and I hurried to get a table ready, sighing. Weekends are always so busy. Car accidents, murders, drug overdoses. It's always the worst shift in the morgue.
That's not like creepy story, but like
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a funny twist,
Mm-hmm.
like in a twisted way,
Mm-hmm.
in my kind of funny way.
Yes.
Dark humor.
Yes.
Okay. You get home, tired after a long day's work, and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there.
It's a Hallmark moment.
It's a Hallmark moment.
Your hands touch.
You and a demon named Beelzebub.
Or it could be an intruder. It doesn't have to be a demon.
It's you and Krampus. The Christmas lights are hanging. The
It's you.
stockings by the stove top. Something. And the snow is falling. I don't know how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Scrap it all. Throw it back at the workshop.
It's you and the captain.
It's you and the captain.
Your hands
Captain's
touch.
calling. He says all aboard.
All aboard this dick.
That was implied.
Don't
I'm choking on the dick. But really just choking.
Choking, not on the dick, just choking in general.
Yeah, just inhaled saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make that weird, Rachel.
I wasn't going to say anything. Okay?
Yes, you were.
No, I was not. Okay.
I haven't found anything good.
Mm.
That's the problem. I'm seeing ones that you did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wake up, she doesn't.
Oh.
That's like death. That's like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Attending his funeral today was really scary. It might have been the constant muffled screams I heard, or the worry of someone noticing the dirt on my hands. What? You're not supposed to laugh at them, Rachel. You're not. That's not the point, right? That's what you've been saying this whole episode to me. But it's funny.
I don't know why I find that one funny.
It's funny though.
Imagine you're standing there, they're like, oh, what were you doing before this? Not gardening.
Gardening. The shovel was for my gardening, and so were the dirt on my hands.
What were you doing before this? Patricia?
I definitely wasn't murdering the body you were burying, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Why is everybody screaming and running for their lives now?
Mm-hmm. Where's everybody running? Oh my god.
I don't even know.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Can anyone say why George seems to be climbing out of his coffin? I don't think we did it right.
I don't think we did it right either.
I think we should try again. Okay, let's go over there. I'll get the head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
End scene.
And scene. Wait, Alexa. And scene. Okay, let's see if I can get one in before it cuts us off. I'm not scared that I've been seeing missing posters for myself. It's the fact that the news is now saying that my body has been found.
Ooh. Interesting. It sounds like a whole novel should come out.
Hmm. It sounds like one of the thriller novels I've read.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. It does. It sounds like I think it's Lost Girl. It's the one that it sounds like. Interesting.
I don't know. That sounded familiar, but I don't think I read that.
It's by Nina somebody. Let me look up my Goodreads and tell you. How many books have I read? I've read so many books. Oh, it's not.
Neatly laid across my dining room table, I found a dull kitchen knife, a torn, crusty rag, and a flip video camera, which seemed to be recording. I own none of these items.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. It's not Lost Girl. It's Girl Last Seen by Nina Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
You
one.
just completely gloss over the amazing 2-line story that I just told you.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that for the class?
So when I'm viewing like across the dining room table, I found a dull kitchen knife, a torn, crusty rag, and a flip video camera seemed to be recording. I own none of these items
Okay.
except the
Well,
table. He owned the table.
you on the table. That was it. So it's
He owned
a
the table. He was not surprised by the table. He owned that.
okay. Okay.
And he didn't say anything about if he was standing or sitting. Okay.
It cut you off mid rant.
It cut me off mid-bit, and
It,
then it threw me into a live show where I was listening to the Jesus Name podcast or something like that, and
oh,
they were preaching about Jesus' name, and I was not ready for that. Oh Lord.
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That was probably
Yeah, they were talking about Jesus.
interesting. I mean, I think
It was very loud.
were they you remember that speaking you remember that Unisana's episode where they came across that website where it was playing that oh the blood of Jesus.
It was almost like that, but there was no music.
Okay, but you remember that? Is that kind of you
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
like Jesus, what is happening?
Yeah, but like it was like you know those churches where you go to and it's like a big auditorium and someone has a microphone and they're getting everybody hyped up and then everybody's like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, right? And then like the preacher is really like enthusiastic
Hmm.
and getting people to like really talk, and it's like the ones that you see on TV.
Yes, yeah,
Those
the
preachers,
evangelical ones, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was like that.
Hmm.
I am like horribly agnostic,
Yeah.
right? And like sometimes an atheist, but like mostly agnostic just because I just can't make decisions about anything.
Hmm.
So like I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? How did I end up here? So I just got booted out of this thing and then into that, and I was not ready.
I wouldn't be ready for that either.
I was not ready. I was not prepared.
Okay. So, did you read one or is it my turn to read one?
It's you.
Okay. My mother screamed as I peeled the skin from my face. I knew she would get mad, but I was tired of pretending I was my brother, and the staples holding his face to mine were really hurting. Why are you laughing?
Because that is like a horror movie moment where he's like, "Aha, mother, I gotcha." You thought I was Billy, but I'm Bob. I got you. I can just picture the horror movie moment of it, right? Where he's just like pulls the staples out, and it's just like the he hoo hoo, like the dramatic score going, and he's like pulling it off and peeling it, and the mother is horrified. And it's in the kitchen. It always has to be set in the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like peeling it off. I can see it. It'd be perfect. Directed by James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why I laugh at these things.
I don't know. Just your immediate reaction was to just start laughing, and I was like, okay.
No, my immediate reaction, if you were in the room with me, was to go with a big like ah face,
Mm-hmm.
but silently. So if you had seen me, you would have been like, "Why are you making that face?" First of all, and then it laughed. Then I laughed, not it laughed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it laughed. Is that my problem? Do I have an it? Do I have an it in me?
Maybe.
Jesus. I need Jesus, apparently. Apparently that's what our Podbean host site has been trying to tell us. That's why I laugh at all these things. It's like you need Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to settle down for the evening, I put my headphones on. The whispering coming from them startled me. They were not plugged in.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Because normally you put headphones on to drown out the whispering.
Yeah. Before you peel your face off and show your mom that you're not your brother.
Yeah. Until you remove your people disguise.
Oh, this one I've heard before. Just saw. This one I think has been around for a long time and is probably what inspired all these like two-line horror stories to come up online.
Mm-hmm.
The last man on Earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock at the door.
Yes, I've seen that one going around.
Yeah, that's like the main. I think I don't know who wrote that,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I think that's a very that's a very old little short story thing
Mm-hmm.
that's been around for a very long, long time. But
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but I've heard that long before this whole two-line horror story craze has like swept the internet.
I think a lot of these two-line horror stories, I think they originated on the creepypastas.
Hmm. But I
And
think
that's
that one like predates that even,
oh, maybe.
because I think that has been like over 10 years old for sure. Like I think that's longer and longer past that even.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look where that is. The last man on Earth. Uh,
Because I think
there a
that's where
knock
a
on the
lot of
door.
these things that we see like originate on creepypasta, like Slender Man and The Rake and all these things, they all kind of started on creepypasta and got their origins there. I should insert some non-copyright Jeopardy music. I'll just start singing that. Oh, the blood of Jesus. Oh, the blood of Jesus.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it came from a short story from a science fiction, like American writer named Frederick Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a short story called Knock, and it's not like just two lines, but that's like
Mm-hmm.
the first two lines of the thing is the last man on Earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock on the door, and then the rest of the story goes on from that. But that was the first two lines of it, which
Okay.
is this basically the story in and of itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's scary enough, but there's longer for the story. But that was actually published in 1948.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you it's old.
It is old.
Yeah, I don't remember where I knew that. I stored that little bit of information back there, but I knew it was old.
Maybe it's from your past life.
No. Rachel, I just got ADHD and I just have a whole bunch of information. My brain is like an addict, okay? And it's like an addict of think like of a hoarder.
Okay.
A hoarder's attic. And I don't know what the fuck is up there or where to find it, but it's there.
Okay. So basically, your brain is a hoarder house.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a limited amount of space, and I randomly delete things, and I'm like, I'll never need this. And then it's like, yeah, you need math.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you need to know how to count.
You gotta
You
know how.
should have kept that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't need that. Throw it out. Because there's like a limited amount of space in the attic that I have as a brain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all thrown in there haphazardly. So there's no organization system.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a whole bunch of information in there. And sometimes I don't get to choose what stays. Like pirate law. The law is in there.
Pirate law?
Yeah, remember I told you about that? About how the captain and the first mate and the second mate all have the ability to marry someone on a ship.
Yes. That's
In case the captain wanted to marry the first mate, then the second mate has to be able to make that happen.
so. What if the captain wants to marry the first and second mate?
That can't happen because they're not all about the polyamory.
Well, that's sad for polyamory pirates.
Yeah. But, pirates are inherently against law anyway.
True.
Right? So would they give a fuck? Probably not. They'd be like, hey, I'm gonna marry everybody on this ship to each other.
They're gonna be like Oprah giving out marriages.
You get a marriage. You get a marriage.
Everybody gets a marriage.
Step on up.
You're the next contestant on The Marriage is Right. Okay. I have another one. We'll probably do a few more and then we can wrap it up. Just like the pirate said to his first mate.
You gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
I'm not willing to make a second mate yet.
Yeah. Yesterday, my parents told me I was too old for an imaginary friend and that I had to let her go. They found her body this morning.
I like it. I got this one here. I have questions.
Okay.
She wondered why she was casting two shadows. After all, there was only a single light bulb.
Okay.
See why I have questions?
Yeah.
One light bulb equals two shadows. Now, I know I deleted math, but even this doesn't make sense to me. So, I don't understand why she thinks that if they had more than one light bulb, there would be a reason for two shadows. Like, oh, I have 5 light bulbs, so I get 5 shadows.
Okay, how close are these light bulbs that you're getting all these shadows?
Well, they say they only have 1 light bulb, but she has 2 shadows. But I guess, by this reasoning, if she had 2 light bulbs, then it would be okay for her to have 2 shadows.
No, so if by this reasoning, if she had 2 light bulbs, she would have 4 shadows.
But she's not okay with having 2 shadows with 1 light bulb. So she's saying 2 shadows with 1 light bulb is not equal to.
It's not greater than or equal to.
Is not equal.
I also have questions about that one because how would you get two shadows? I guess okay. So where is the light bulb?
Saying she's scared. She's like, ah, I'm so scared of my two shadows because there's only one light bulb. Ah.
Where is that light bulb located that she's getting two shadows? Because if a light bulb's on a ceiling,
I don't know, but I'm gonna call Miss Bennett because I think we need some physics.
yes, we do.
Yeah, we're gonna call our high school physics teacher because we need some physics into this because I feel like if the light bulb is on the floor,
Hmm.
then maybe the two shadows could be possible.
Well, that's where my thought process went.
Yeah, but I don't think she understands physics. This proverbial she. Because she's like, I don't understand. Why am I casting two shadows if there's only one light bulb? I'm so
Yeah,
scared.
I don't think she understands physics.
No, I don't think she understands physics. I also don't understand. I don't think she understands shadows
Hmm.
or light bulbs
Hmm.
or anything really, because she's wondering.
Hmm.
Because this is supposed to be a horror story, but she's like, oh, I have two shadows with one light bulb. I wonder why this is happening. That's not horror. You're supposed to be scared, bitch. You're supposed to be running for your life. You're supposed to be like, I have two shadows, one light bulb, and one of those shadows has a knife. Ah.
Hmm.
Does one of those shadows have a gun? Come on. One of those shadows has a lightsaber. Come on, like, let's give it. Let's give
One of
it some
these
oomph.
shadows is not like the other.
The light bulb had teeth. Come on. Let's dress this up. She wondered why she was casting two shadows even though she was in a dark room.
Mm.
Right? Like, ooh,
Yeah.
there was no light bulbs at all.
Or how come my shadow was moving separately from my body? Ooh.
How come one of my shadows had three legs? Ooh.
It has four arms.
How come one of my shadows didn't have depression? Oh.
That's a good. That's good.
One of them didn't have depression and was completely well adjusted with no trauma.
Mhm. Um. Okay. I only just started reading Lips, so my dad knelt down in front of me to make sure I understood him clearly. Very slowly, he mouthed the words, "If you keep up this behavior, I'll take away your eyes next."
Oh. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. But how many shadows did she have?
It doesn't say.
Light bulbs?
Doesn't say.
Shit. How are we gonna do the physics?
I don't know. We'll have to get Ms. Bennett to drop a question.
Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Drop it in the comments how we can make this into a physics question. People who are taking physics, this is for you. You got to practice.
This will be on the exam.
Mm-hmm. It will be on the inconsistently consistent 1 year exam.
Yeah, it'll be on the final.
Yeah, which is coming up.
It's on September 14th.
September 14th.
It's a real date and a real calendar,
Okay.
Rachel,
Okay.
and a real exam.
Okay.
Only number 3 pencils, please.
Number 3 pencil. And you can only bring your fake calculators. You can't bring real ones.
Yeah. And you have to bring your own light bulbs
Mm-hmm.
for the practical questions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think it's your turn.
I used to hate the sound of crickets outside the lonely farmhouse. No, every time they go silent, I know that thing is passing by, and I pray for them to chirp again.
Okay, I have questions.
Okay?
What is the thing?
It's a movie from the 80s.
Okay, I know that. But what is it?
It's a film you watch with your eyeballs if your dad didn't take them away from you.
I was gonna say, what if I don't have eyes?
Then you've been a good girl and you pray for forgiveness.
Hang on, if I don't have eyes, I've been a good girl?
Uh, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going.
I've lost track.
How many Hail Marys do I need to do?
7? Sounds about right.
Sure, I'm not Catholic. I didn't grow up Catholic, so I will take your word for it.
I haven't been Catholic in a long time and I didn't pay attention when I was.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, they were like, say your prayers, and I was like, I'm saying them, and then I was like, I forgot half the words already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't store them in my attic.
No,
I deleted them for other things,
you got
like to
that.
recite the whole Harry Potter films.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do like 3, 4 more, not 3, 4 more each, but just like 3, 4 more, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
Okay. Um, for my last wish, I wished my dad to be alive again. I stood atop his grave and smiled, imagining him screaming and clawing at his coffin lid as he did the 2 previous times I wished him back.
I like this one.
Thank you, thank you.
I think it goes well with the one I just found.
Okay.
I decided to kill off a few characters in the book I'm writing. It should definitely spice up this autobiography a little.
Okay. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger, I said as I slowly ripped out his dental implant.
What's the price of gold these days?
I don't know. Apparently, it's ripping out a dental implant, which I didn't know they made gold dental implants.
He must be old.
Has to be.
Yeah. They move slow, though.
Hmm.
Old people. So it doesn't seem like that hard of a thing to get.
No, it doesn't. We here at Inconsistently Consistent LTD do not encourage the attack of old people.
No matter if they have gold implants or not.
Exactly.
I love to turn up my favorite songs and sing along to drown out the screaming from the root cellar.
Every serial killer ever. I think that's a good one to end things off on. Oh, I think we laughed way more than what we should have with these. What does that say about us?
We're very well adjusted and definitely don't need therapy.
Agreed. Agreed. We are too well mentally well adults
Yes.
who don't need therapy. We're not working through any trauma at all. Oh, I can't even say that with a straight face. I just realized that whenever we record in person, that's going to be awful because we're not going to be able to keep straight faces at each other. Oh, you think it's bad now, listeners? Just you wait.
Yeah. And this is when Rachel can't see my face.
Yes, I can't see her face. Just wait till I can see her face, and it's just gonna be whoo.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I told you about how my parents used to make me go eat in another room because Lexi and I would be laughing so much. They
yeah.
thought we were going to choke on our food when we had dinner together.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd let Lexi eat with them for family dinner, and I had to go eat in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'd be peeking around the wall at them, and Lexi and I would still be cracking up. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be sensible.
Nope.
No matter where I go, I think it's contagious.
Yes. Yes. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
I've got to go take off my unhuman face.
Yeah,
These staples won't take themselves out.
they will not. And they hurt. It's painful.
Beauty is pain.
It is. Beauty is so pain. Um, but yeah, that is our first episode for spooky season.
We got a little spooky. We got a little giggly. Got a
We
little
got,
giggly at the spooks.
yep, yep. And we are going to be doing spooky till like whenever we feel like it, basically, because it's our podcast and we go and do what we want.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be spooky until it gets Christmassy.
Exactly. And then it's going to be Christmassy for a very short period of time. And then we're going to go into probably some New Year's themed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is coming up. I reminded my coworkers, I was like, fun fact 2023 is in 4 months. Have fun with that.
Yeah, Jesus. Uh, you should write 2-line horror stories.
I should. I should. I should.
Horrifying to me.
Yeah, I
Just the
know.
demands of adulthood.
The crowd
Jesus.
agrees.
It's like the demands of adulthood, and then that sound.
It was boo. But yes, for all those people, because I'm an awful person, 2023 is in 4 months. So do with that what you will, which means because I'm going to be even more of an asshole, the year that we turn 30 is in 4 months.
Time has no meaning for me.
Time is irrelevant. It comes back around.
If it's not now, it's not now.
Okay. Like you said with ADHD, you have now and not now.
Yeah, and age really doesn't matter to me.
Nah.
30?
Yeah, because our friendship, we've been friends for 30 years.
We've been friends for 47 years.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's gonna be spooky season until Christmas, and then it will be New Year's theme. And like I said, come February-ish, we're gonna be doing some sexy episodes.
Sexy.
And then also in February, which is coming up pretty soon-ish, it's gonna be our 1 year anniversary. So we're gonna have to plan a big thing for the podcast.
Oh my god, our anniversary.
I know.
I didn't even know when that was.
It's February sometime.
I didn't know when we started.
I know you don't. I do.
Well, I hope you remind me.
I will, because as we get closer to it, we will talk about what we're going to do. I have an idea. I'll run it by you once we're done recording, so we'll wrap it up. But yeah, that's our first spooky episode. We're going to be doing a few other spooky things. We're going to be having some spooky guests. We're going to be watching some spooky movies. We're going to be looking spooky because I have my Halloween costumes already planned out for what I'm going to be. I'm going to have 2 Halloween costumes. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 Halloween costumes. Yeah, if you have your own 2-sentence horror stories, you can let us know. You can drop them in our comments on our Instagram. We are Inconsistent Podcast 1. You can message us on Facebook or drop them on the Facebook page, Inconsistently Consistent, or you can email them to us if they happen to be more than 2 sentences, inconsistentpodcast1@gmail.com. Remember to like, rate, subscribe, review, complain, compliment, cry, all of the emotions with the podcast and share it with your friends. We're also planning probably at some point, maybe going to start a YouTube channel. I know we've been saying that the past few episodes. Rachel has yet to get around to actually doing that because Rachel's life has been in shambles these last 2.5 weeks.
Shit's been busy on both ends.
Yeah, no internet kind of does that to you. Just life's been busy, so at some point, because we think we're going to start posting the episodes on YouTube, the audio, and then maybe post some bonus nonsense on there. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, listeners, you gotta stay spooky.
Yeah.
Stay spooky.
I was about to fuck with you and say something about your captain calling, and then you had to do that. God damn it! Well, goodbye, listeners.
Bye.